Hi, welcome to Opinions On with Junior and Mace. In this episode of our podcast, we're going to talk about loss and how different people cope with it. Loss is an inevitable part of life. We all experience at some point of our lives. It can be one of the most challenging things to deal with. Whether it's losing a loved one, a job, or a relationship, the pain of loss can be overwhelming. The way we cope with loss can vary from person to person. Some people may turn to their faith, while others may seek support from family and friends. Some may find solace in music or art, while others may throw themselves into their work. One thing is clear, there is no right or wrong way to cope with loss. Everyone has their own unique way of dealing with it, and it's important to respect and support others during these difficult times. Through our stories, we can see that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to coping with loss. We all have our own unique ways of dealing with it, and it's important to find what way works for us. In conclusion, loss is difficult, it's painful. We have to face it at some point in our lives, but we can find comfort and support in each other, and by sharing our stories and coping strategies, we can help each other through these challenging times. Thank you for listening to Opinions On with Junior and Mace.
Opinions On, a podcast with Junior and Maze.
Evening, we're here live, Opinions On with Junior and Mace. How you doing tonight?
What's going on, man? I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. How was your week been?
Busy.
Oh yeah, what's been going on?
Busy week. T-ball.
The usual?
Work. Yeah, usual.
Living that dad life?
Living the life, man. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to start off this amazing 9th episode talking about something like near and dear to my heart. One of my best friend's birthdays is upcoming in May.
Okay.
And he passed away a couple years ago. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was unexpected, living his best life ever. And I kind of wanted to touch base about, like, how do you celebrate loss in your life with your family and friends? And, you know, everybody celebrates differently. I know with me, whenever I'm in the area, like, I'll go down to his gravesite and kind of, like, I talk. Like, that's the way I cope with things. I end up, like, you know, bringing pictures of my kids, because he didn't get to see my kids, which was like one of my like big things that kind of like hurt me a lot, because he was awesome with kids. He was my best friend. He was my best friend since sophomore year in high school. I mean, we grew up together, and
yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah. So like, I wanted him to experience, like, you know, when you get through that stage of life, especially with someone so close, you want to experience that next stage with that. You want to get married. You want to invite him to the wedding. You wanted him to see the kids and stuff like that. So a lot of times I find myself, you know, going to the gravesite, talking to him. I know they do like this golf outing in memory of him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can't go.
Really?
I feel so bad about the way I kind of left things at the end of my relationship with him.
Okay.
Where I can't bring myself to even go to it.
Really?
Yeah, I feel so guilty.
Wow.
It was so like...
So you've never gone to the golf outing?
Never one time.
How long has it been going on now? How long ago
since
did
he passed? Oh, gosh. I mean...
We talking like 10 years, 15 years?
Probably. Ellie was not even born yet. I think Melissa was pregnant, so probably 10 years ago.
Wow.
10 years ago was Christmas Eve. I'll remember it. I was
was on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, it was Christmas Eve.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and Christmas, I went to Melissa's house. I was a wreck. We celebrated like Christmas there, and I could barely even going to work. Yeah. I couldn't hold it together going to work, because it hits everything inside me like was just crumbling. I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times now, like I smile because I think of those great memories I had with him.
Yeah.
Like singing in the car.
Yeah.
We did this one thing where we had a school store at the high school.
Okay.
And me and him worked it. Dude, it was so good. And he was diabetic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we had this diabetes fund where we would just like, we would ask people for money at the store because he wanted snacks. And we would get ice cream and like
Nice.
all sorts of stuff. He would get bubble gum and stuff like that. And like just even those memories, like I cherish those because they bring us back such a good. Man, we stole all his mom's CDs, all his mom's Disney CDs. We took them and we would just play them in the car and we'd sing at the top of our lungs.
Nice.
Actually, his mom, it was like 5 years after me and him started like hanging out almost every single day. She was like, "Do you know what you're doing to my son?" I was like, "No." I thought like maybe I was a bad influence.
You're the bad influence?
Yeah, I thought I was. She was like, "He's actually carrying a good note now."
Oh, there you go. Nice.
I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? That's great. Like, good for me.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's pretty much the only closest thing to loss I've had. I know my wife lost her father.
Yeah.
And like she handles it way differently than me.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine losing my dad or mom.
So you more open about talking about it or no?
Oh, big.
Yeah.
Like my kids are like, even now my kids are way open about it.
Okay.
So like I think it's actually affecting my wife to the point where like she never talks about her father.
Right.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
So like the kids are always like, "Oh, what's your dad up to?" You know, like, did you like him?
Right.
Stuff like that. So like my wife has to actually physically talk to the kids about this.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell it kind of.
Well, it's at like a certain age too where you kind of have to.
Right. Because they start seeing pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They start asking about like if we go to the movies. We went to the drive-in movie theater with my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are like, "Yeah, what did you do with your mom? What did you do with your father?"
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? To my wife. And my wife's like, she doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
A lot of the times.
Well, sometimes I'm kind of the same way where I don't talk about stuff like that too much.
Oh, like close, like loss?
Yeah, because I lost my father too.
Oh.
At like 13.
Oh my goodness.
So,
okay.
You know, but me and my wife have always been, real open with the kids about it though. But your grandfathers are in heaven, and we kind of just say that all the time. They're in heaven now.
Right.
They're better now.
Do you do the same thing? Kind of like go to his grave and kind of
No, I don't.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't around much.
Oh, right.
So, it's not like it didn't hurt because it does.
Right.
Because I didn't have a father, but I had my grandfather.
Okay.
And my uncle on my mom's side. They took us, me and my brother, everywhere. Like they would just come pick us up. They would bring us to their house. We would go out deer spotting. They took us hunting. They took us fishing.
So wait, your uncle on your mom's side, was it kind of the same age as your dad?
No, he was older.
He was an older
Yeah, he was
uncle.
older. Yeah,
okay.
Older uncle. And they were at all of our baseball games. They were at every event for us.
Oh, that's
graduations,
awesome. Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. My grandfather was my best friend.
Oh, nice.
My uncle was my brother's best friend.
Get out.
So it was okay.
Yeah.
And my mom was a really strong person.
Single.
And
was able to fill those both shoes.
She held it down very well. And you know what? If we got out of hand, she would say, "Oh, I'm going to call your pop, or I'm going to call Chuck."
Uh-oh.
And guess what?
Was that bad news?
You would hear their diesel truck pull up inside the house, and we would
were
be
you
like,
and your brother shaking?
"Oh shit.
Jay, hi."
You hear, "Boys, come on out here."
Oh no.
And we go out, sit on the porch. They talk to us. Oh yeah. So, we had that. So, like it's not that I never visited my father's grave. I did. I do sometimes, but
not what I'm saying.
Often.
That's not what I'm saying. Like visiting, there's other way people do talk to people or experience like that whole, hey, I want to be able to communicate with somebody. And there's a lot of people that just push it away.
Yeah. I kind of don't really
think about it.
No, I do by myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Does it hurt when you do?
Only like, I wish you can see what I'm doing now.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Like,
you don't think he's looking down saying like,
Well, yeah. I mean, he has to.
Right.
He was a big partier, and he was,
right.
He just liked to have fun and
lived life.
It caught up to him.
Right.
So it was kind of like, he was never really stable with where he was at. Like your son is stable. Like I have a house, I have a wife, I have children, I have a good job.
Right.
I have things that you can be proud of. So, it always worked out for me that way. I just kind of do it by myself. I just sit and I think about it, and that's about it, man.
Well, I like that. Yeah. That's a good thing. So, like, do you take what your father or lack thereof, and I hate saying that.
Yeah, that's right.
I do.
Yeah.
lack thereof, does that make you strive to be something better towards your own kids?
Oh, absolutely.
Does it make you a better, even a partner, even
Yeah.
a better partner to your wife?
Yeah. Well, I would never not want to be around my children or my wife. Like, it's
Dude,
beyond me. There's
Meg,
nothing that
there's
would
some-
keep me from them.
There's sometimes my kids are to the point where I question myself.
Yeah. Oh, I did that a lot this week.
I question yourself, and I think with you, probably that makes you a stronger father.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. Maybe I got a little bit of patience off of them too, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, I gotta get out of here. Like, I can't take this right now.
Oh
But
my God!
You know what? I also have a partner too that can pick up that slack when I'm lacking in that department.
That's a great thing, because again, we married sisters, so like we have a wife. Your wife is a sister to my wife. You know what I mean? So like they lost a father too.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when it comes to a generation where you don't have any grandparents,
Right.
like my kids, I don't have any grandparents on my side.
Right.
They all died really, really young when I was a kid, so I didn't even experience, that was the first time I ever saw my father cry,
Okay.
was when he lost his father.
Yeah.
That's the only time I ever seen this man cry.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happened?
Wow.
I thought maybe he
Oh,
was,
that hit you hard.
yeah, but I thought he was broke.
Yeah.
I didn't connect with young Junior here that he lost somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like maybe he lost his job or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like a year later until he actually told me like what really affected him.
Yeah.
So that was to the point where like my kids aren't going to know that because they do have grandparents.
Right.
They have both sets,
Which is very nice.
which is crazy.
Very nice.
Crazy
Yep.
to me.
Yep.
Because like, again, it goes to the fact where my kids will get money in the mail from grandparents.
Yeah.
I never had that.
Yeah.
My kids get like those birthdays where there's these old people sitting at the birthday parties.
Yeah.
I never had that.
Yeah.
I never had
I
that.
know. You know what? My and it was just on my mom's side, really. Like, they were there for everything. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
was very nice. And like, I wish, like, I'm glad my kids have our mother-in-law and Bean, because they can't get enough of going over there and just having a good time. So it's nice there, but like,
And you utilize your mom too, right?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, to take care of your
Oh, my
kids
God.
because
and,
of, yeah.
and Kevin, he's been around for, pretty much my whole life since I was like 10. So, the kids can't get enough of him either. So they still have the best of that world, I think.
And two, like grieving is a natural process.
Yeah. And it's just everybody does it different.
And I mean, a
too.
lot. Well, I also look at it, and you can say, no, Jeff, you're totally wrong. I see it, and this is just me, I see it as a healthy process. Again, I haven't lost parents. I haven't lost anybody super close to me, only a best friend. But like, I see as bottling it up or not talking about it or talking to somebody about it, even yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that hurts people in the long run. Again, that's just me. I do.
Yeah.
I see like family members that don't talk about it. They just hold it inside, eats them up.
Mm-hmm. But they could also be, dealing with it kind of the same way I do, where like I'll sit in the garage, I'll have a couple beers, and I'll think about my buddy Billy, who we were just lifelong kid friends with.
Oh, really?
And he got into a car accident.
Was he young?
And he got killed. No, he's in his 20s.
That's young.
Yeah. Well,
Damn.
yeah. No, it was, young. It didn't happen when we were children, but, we skateboarded. We played in bands together, played music together. So, like, we were very close with that. So every time, I'm picking up my guitar, sometimes if it's late at night, I'll just play a tune that maybe we used to play, and it just, makes me feel good. But that's how I deal with it. I don't need to grab anybody and bend their ear on it. I can kind of just get through that myself.
What music did you guys listen to?
It was all punk rock.
All
Billy.
punk.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite song?
He was really into the Gaslight Anthem.
What's
before he
that? How's
passed
that go?
away. Dude, there's so many good songs. What do you mean? How's it
Pick
go?
one. Pick one line. One line of one song.
59 Sound. Coming off the grandfather's radio. Did you hear something? And the high school walls. Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
I mean, like
I
that's
actually got him tattooed. I got a tattoo for him.
Where's that?
a BTK. So Billy the Kid, and then I got 2 music notes next to it.
Oh, get out, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's on his right forearm, too.
Yeah.
That looks dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I unexpected loss is something that is just no one can ever deal with it.
Yeah. Sucks.
I mean, and that's type of the grieving that I never want my kids to experience.
Mm-hmm.
I hope my kids are as open that I am with them.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to that.
If they want to be.
Well, and that's the thing. If they feel good about talking about things, my oldest, she shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it's a different story with grieving with adults and like when actually someone loses their life, unfortunately. But she just shuts right down. Like, if she doesn't get her way, she shuts down. The younger one, she's open and she'll talk and she'll explain herself and she'll explain how she's feeling it and what she's going through.
Yeah. I'm not sure how mine are
processing
with that. They talk to me a lot. They talk to my wife a lot. So,
well, I mean, so
I'm not sure about like something hard like that because that's hard.
It is. Do you have a specific, like, during the week, like you pick your kids up from school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have like a sit down session where, like, how was your day?
I
you
just
play with?
yeah.
Who'd
I
you eat
ask them
lunch
that
with?
on the way home. You know, how was your day? Do anything cool today? Who was bad? Were you guys good?
Oh my God, I wish my kids
What'd
asked
you
me
play
about
with?
my coworkers. I would tell them
Oh
everything.
God, I wouldn't want to.
This fucking
No.
guy.
Nope.
Do you want to know what happened? This
I don't want
fucking
them to
guy.
ask me that.
They go, oh, you don't want them to ask you that?
They usually have a good day.
I'm going to unleash hell on you right now, Meadow. Come here.
Hey,
Let me tell you something.
let me tell you about my day.
Let me tell you about Jake here. He's a little asshole.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, again, having that appropriate talk, I feel is healthy too,
Mhm.
especially with my kids. I always do the wrap it up. The weekend, this is what we expected during the week. Mommy's leaving for a long trip this week. Just being open and transparent.
We talking like dinner table talk? You guys do that?
We suck.
Yeah.
I mean, we struggle to sit down at the table.
Okay.
It's either
Listen, man, I'm not 5 days a week either on that.
I
so.
mean, I try so hard sometimes.
But when we do, my wife will go around the table, tell me one thing good about what that happened to you today.
Peek and pit.
Yep. And then she'll say,
Peek
go
and
around the
pit.
table, what was one bad thing that happened to you today? You know, she's good with that. Real
What-
good with that.
It gets old though. And I say that kindly because you got to shake it up sometimes because kids will be and get in the routine where they'll be like, good. They'll say the same stuff to you and you really don't get anywhere.
Not my creatures.
Oh, what?
Oh, no.
What?
They'll let you in.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll tell you all about
Oh,
it.
Dad, this kid pooped his pants today.
Oh,
You know? And that's on the what happened that was good today.
no way.
That's not
Really?
the
That was
bad
the
thing.
peak.
That's not the bad thing.
My peak was Booty over here pootied his pants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll let you in. They'll let you know what's going on at that.
That's a
school.
great thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a really great
I
thing.
enjoyed it.
Hopefully they don't lose that
I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
trauma,
They're
bro.
just it's a never ending thing.
That's 'cause
changes every week.
That's because you're raising good kids. You're good parents. Because
appreciate
if
that.
they're not trauma based where they're
Yeah.
holding stuff back, man. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen kids that have been traumatized and
Yeah.
they hold stuff in. They act a certain way.
Yeah.
So you
Ugh.
keep doing what you're doing.
Trying.
Keep raising them. So, like, have you? Speaking of like having a busy week,
Mhm.
have you had any games or? Because I know
yeah.
one of your kids is playing some type of sport.
T-ball, man.
Well, what's going on with that?
T-ball's going good. We got rained out the last couple of weeks, so we've had some rainy weather.
Well, I
but-
mean, today was the first day, and by the way, today's May 6th.
oh yeah,
Today's been the first day. It was like 65 and beautiful out.
beautiful. We got to the field this morning. Got there nice and early. I had my oldest hitting from me. Now this is T-ball, so what we normally try to do, and of course I was like, oh, I'm not going to coach. Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am.
I'm not going to coach.
Yeah, I mean, there's a main coach, but I'm a coach too, and I enjoy the hell out of it because I was a big baseball player.
So,
it's
Mace,
nice
what do
being
you
on the
consider
clay.
yourself?
A coach?
Coach.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, we give him 3 pitches and we let him hit off the tee, and Meadow was struggling for a little bit to hit from the pitcher. She's getting a little
Was
nervous.
she scared of the ball?
She was reaching. She's just swinging before. So she's looking at me. So I had her down at that field.
Yeah.
Give her a little bit softer of pitches. Just had her just stare at the ball, and she was cracking them off of me. And game time came around, and guess what? She hit off of the coach 2 times.
Nice.
Yep. Oh, yeah. It was a very, very proud moment for me. I love it.
Your heart was full.
Oh, my God, yeah.
What position does she play?
Second base is her favorite.
Oh, my God. I love second base, too.
In T-ball, too, that's power position.
Yeah.
That ball does not go anywhere else besides the pitcher's mound,
Right
second
side
base,
of the field.
and first base.
Boom.
So we did power move today. We put all the girls up front because they like to go get the ball, and they actually step and throw, and they fire it, man.
Get
we
out.
We had the boys back them up. It was fun. We had a lot of fun.
No way. That's awesome, man.
I can't get enough of it. I
Well,
love it.
My thing is, are you going to be coaching? Because do all your kids play sports every season? Is that your game plan?
Well, they do gymnastics, and they're doing Meadow's doing T-ball right now, my oldest. So when my middle Melody's old enough, she'll be T-ball, and I'll do her team too, and then whoever keeps it up, I'll just keep moving along with them.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I can't wait, man.
I
love it.
I was a junior. No, I take that back. I was a freshman in college, 19 years old, and I was playing outside my high school. And this guy came out of the gymnasium, and he was like, "Hey, Jeff, do you want to coach basketball?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, absolutely not."
Really?
He's like, "We have a squad of 12 girls, 4th graders, that do not have a coach. And if you don't coach, they won't play."
Oh,
And I was like, "Well, I mean, then I'm gonna have to, right?"
yeah.
And next thing you know, I was coaching these 12 4th grade girls
Yep.
basketball, which I've never coached in my entire life.
Yeah.
And it was one of the
neither, yeah.
worst experiences I've ever.
Really? You didn't have fun with it? Well,
No,
you'd probably have fun if it was
That was
your
the
kid.
thing. I loved it, but I was making like lineup cards because kids have to play a certain amount,
Yep.
a certain amount of quarters, and all this stuff. And I wanted them to be so good. And I'm like, "All right, girls, 3-man weave." And they're like, "What are you talking about? We don't even know how to dribble the ball."
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, "No, we're doing 3-man weave." Like, I was so outrageous. We ended up losing in the playoffs like 16-0.
Ooh,
Like, we didn't even score a point.
it's all right.
But I still have that picture. I still have that plaque, Mace. And
There
like,
you
I
go.
look at it, I'm like, "Oh man, I was a fucking, I was the best coach ever.
There you go.
Never lost a game." In my head, I'm like, I won every single game.
I didn't think I would like it as much as I do.
It's
So I
fulfilling,
know
man.
it's fun. Yeah.
It's fulfilling,
Now,
especially.
what about your kids now? What are they playing?
I mean, well,
because they're kind of. I feel like they're kind of all over.
yeah, they're everywhere. Ellie, the oldest, does field hockey, where she's doing like a seminar this summer,
Right.
where the high school kids, which I love,
Yeah.
go one-on-one with these elementary kids.
Nice.
It's like a 6-week seminar. And my other one, she does gymnastics too with your
Yep.
kids.
Yep.
I mean, like she will probably do field hockey as well because
Mhm.
we're that family that every
Let's
season
go.
they got to be outside doing
Let's
something.
go.
They can't be on their iPads or YouTube Shorts
Mm-hmm.
and just all weekend.
It's a killer.
And that's the thing with my wife. Like today, she's like, "Beautiful day out, get outside."
Yep.
Let's all get outside.
Let's do
I
it.
got my glow in the dark basketball out there. Sun's going down.
Yeah, I
I was
pulled
like,
up.
we
and
got-
We were dribbling.
That's
We were
that's right.
dribbling.
Mace over here drained, I think like six in a row.
Yeah, I was on a roll. There for a
Just
little bit.
in his work boots.
Yeah, you know. Shut
Gets
up.
right out of his broken truck.
Should have brought my whistle.
Mace, what happened to your truck? Explain what happened to your truck because I saw some fur.
Yeah. Well, on the way home from work the other day,
Yeah.
got my window halfway down, taking a sip of my Dr. Pepper. Next thing I know, boom, boom. What the hell was that? I'm covered in Dr. Pepper.
Ew.
My mirror's hanging off the side of my truck. I got spit, slobber all over my neck. Freaking deer jumped right into the side of my truck. Right into the side of it.
What was your window cracked?
No, didn't crack my window. I don't know how. If I had my window all the way down, that thing would have been sitting on my lap.
So where did it hit on your truck?
It hit my side mirror,
All right.
which swung into my truck, and then she just rolled down the side of my truck.
You hit a mom deer?
It hit me. It jumped into my truck.
How many times have you heard it hit me?
Every
Every time. These deer
yeah.
are so fucking stupid.
Well, pretty much if you don't hit them with the front of your vehicle,
They hit
then
you.
they hit you.
They hit you.
Yeah, they just run. And this thing ran. It was pretty small deer. So
What
for
happened
it to
to
jump
it?
that high?
Did it bounce off your truck? Did it?
Yeah, it bounced a couple times because I got
Was it
dents all
dead?
down the side. I don't know.
Oh no,
I don't know.
Daddy.
I'm gonna say no.
You're gonna say no?
because of that. Yeah, got my
this-
juniors listening. So
Oh no,
yeah,
no. The deer's fine. Bambi's crying with Thumper.
yeah, probably ran off, kids.
Telling stories home. I mean, my dad one time was getting on 78, Route 78 over here in Jersey, and a deer hit him going on to the on-ramp.
Oh,
Hit him,
okay, yep.
like, on the highway.
Yep.
I'm going to knock on wood right now because I know where you live, and you have a heavily, heavily, heavily,
yeah.
heavily
Yep.
infested deer area. They just literally stare at you while you're driving by and just chewing on grass.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one in like probably 6-7 years. Probably 7 years. 7 or 8
Wait, so
years.
when you grew up, did you ever hit a deer? Like when you first got your license, had
No,
any accident you ever
No.
had was just straight up?
probably 7 years ago, I hit one twice with my Chevy
Whoa,
truck.
whoa, what? You hit one twice. You hit a deer twice?
No, I hit 2 deer with the same truck.
Oh,
like
gotcha,
7-8 years
gotcha.
ago. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Thought you backed over a fucking deer.
No, but the one I hit, I said
Hit it
probably
again.
like 50 yards down the road.
Jeez, how
Yeah.
fast were you going? Where were you
The
driving?
speed limit was 45. So
I mean, the only thing I've ever hit on that road wasn't a
Oh.
deer. It was actually my brother-in-law's dog.
really?
Yeah, yeah. And the only thing I saw was her little tail get shredded. I hit her
terrible.
flush. I hit her right in the butt
Mm.
in front of the car. She leaped out. I see it in my head. I close my eyes and I see this dog just glancing
Really?
right in front of me. I hit it, helicoptered, and its little tail against the gravel, just shredded.
Was it okay?
I wasn't. I ran into the
It's
house.
all-
I'm like, Wes,
Yeah.
oh, I hit your dog. And he's like, Jeff, calm down first.
Yeah.
Second, let's go find her. I'm like, I think she's okay though. And we ended up finding her, and she was
good.
yeah, her tail was just
Yeah,
shredded up pretty bad. That was about it.
I got a real funny story.
I'm ready.
I'm driving from the junkyard where we do the derby cars. The town guys do the derby cars.
Mhm.
And my buddy Brian's in front of me. And he always had like a small beat up pickup truck, whatever. I had a bunch of them. Didn't probably never washed them, whatever, you know. And we go out to get I think we were going to get food, like lunch or something like that. And he's driving in front of me. We're on the river road, and I see this deer run out the side of the road.
This road is desolate, by the way.
Oh yeah,
There's nothing on this road.
yeah. I see this deer run out the side of the road and jump right into the side of his truck. Bam! Bounce off of it, the side of the road, and he just keeps driving.
Doesn't even stop
And I'm like,
or slow down.
what the fuck is going on? So I call him, like, dude, you just hit, that deer just ran in the side of your truck. He's like,
You gonna stop?
oh, yeah, whatever. I'm like, well, you going to check to see? Nah, I don't care.
Oh my God.
Went to lunch, big old dent in the side. I think he broke his window or something.
Jesus
He didn't even care. He just
Christ.
kept driving. It's the first time I ever seen anything like that. I was hysterical.
Did you ever get into an accident
No,
with your vehicle?
No.
Knock on wood.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Good for you, man.
no.
I was actually at work one time, and I was crossing a major highway, this highway called 22,
Mm.
and I went across the intersection, and I hit an old lady. Actually, I take that back. I take it way back, because this old lady turned in front of me, and I was driving the company car, this Prius. I blew up this state vehicle.
Oh
Just
my God.
So the cops came.
What, flames? You actually have
No flames. This is an electric Prius.
Oh,
Little
right,
Pri.
right.
Windshield wiper fluid flew out. There are 3 cops roll up. It's like a local PD. So,
Yeah.
of course,
Poor old lady.
yeah. And you know this local PD people
Yeah.
because
okay.
you grew up, you went to school there, the
Yeah.
high school there. And
okay.
this guy rolls out and he's like, don't worry, I'll take care of you. Walks over to this old lady. He's like, I'm going to write her the fattest ticket ever.
Oh,
I was like, why? She's
Or-
so old and
yeah.
decrepit. He's like, well, she's my 3rd grade teacher.
oh, Burn.
And she was like, yeah, she was going to fail me. Like, don't worry about this. I got this. And I was like, well, are you serious?
That's not right.
He was like, yeah, just have someone, you got to get checked out at the hospital. Get out of here.
Ugh, that's rough.
And he hit her with like careless driving and like all this.
Oh my God.
It was awful.
Poor old lady.
I loved it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cause I had kombucha in my bag and it just exploded everywhere. I was like, this is the worst day ever. And my client I was going to see brought it up in court saying like, this guy never came to my house. And I was like, Your Honor,
I got hit
I was T-boned
by an old lady.
and my kombucha exploded.
Oh,
And like this, it was just,
I'm sure
it was,
that one went over well in court.
it was awful. And remember the guy I was talking about that passed away?
Yeah.
I turned 21. Turned
Ah.
21. I was born January 19th, by the way. I'm going down the hill. Snow's coming down. I was at the bar all day with my dad. We had shots of old granddad.
Ugh.
I took a long 4-hour nap. My mom wakes me up. She's like, boy, you better get to college. Go to college right now.
Yeah.
So I pick up my boy. I'm like, boy, get in my car. He gets in my car, and I'm going as fast as I can. I get to this place called Harker's Hollow.
Yep.
I'm going down the hill. Snow's on the ground, and I just can't stop. I'm driving this piece of shit Toyota Tercel. Brand new brakes.
Nice.
That was it. That's it.
Cream puff.
Oh, and I just hit, we were not wearing our seatbelts, and I hit a telephone pole.
Oh,
Head on, bro.
damn.
Head on. He goes
Wow.
he goes almost through the windshield.
Really?
Yeah, and the only thing that
Oh,
saved us
man.
was my knee got caught on the emergency. There was like that little
Jeez.
that hazard switch.
Yeah.
My knee got caught on it.
On the hazard
On the
switch?
hazard switch. Like so I woke up and I'm looking around. My cake is all over the windshield because I had a cake in the
Oh, you
back.
brought the birthday cake?
Yeah, my 21-year-old birthday cake just smashed everywhere. And I got out and it's snowing. It's beautiful, beautiful out.
Mm.
And my buddy, he's unconscious. And I look around and this lady comes over and goes, are you okay? And I'm going to go, I'm fine. I bit my tongue.
Oh,
I bit my tongue in half.
No
And
way.
yeah, dude.
Oh,
so my tongue
gross.
has 2 holes like
Get
that.
out. Oh,
2
that's
holes in it.
disgusting.
And then I go, yeah, I'm fine, like that. She looks down and she goes, oh my God, look at your knee. And I looked at my knee and I'm just like, ah.
What was wrong with your knee?
It was missing. Like
What are you talking about?
the skin was torn open, so you could
Oh.
see all the gears. So you know how you can see like your kneecap, the cartilage, your
yeah.
ACL.
Yeah.
I saw it all,
Meniscus.
meniscus, everything. So the
Gross.
ambulance rolls up out of nowhere. Like everybody's in.
Oh,
The cops are like, you
fuck.
smell of alcohol. All this bad stuff is happening. I'm like, I'm going to jail. I'm going to get a DUI. This is the worst night of my life. My buddy's over there talking to this hot little attendee in the ambulance. And he's
Oh, yeah?
like, yeah, I'm a type 2 diabetic. You want to see this? Takes out his little type 2 diabetes necklace. He's showing her. He's like, can I get those digits?
No way.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, I'm on death's door, man. I'm
Yeah.
just blood's coming out of me everywhere. And he is trying so hard to get this
What
girl's
the hell?
digits.
That's so funny.
So I get sewed up at the hospital. The Raiders are playing. This is all I remember. The Raiders are playing all this crazy stuff. In walks his mom.
Hey,
She comes over
Buddy's mom. Okay.
and she is pissed.
Yeah?
She comes over and goes, were you wearing a seatbelt? I was like, no. She walks out of the room, walks over to my buddy's room.
Oh,
She
shit.
goes, were you wearing your seatbelt? He goes, no. She slaps him in his
Oh.
head. In his head. He's concussed, by the way.
Oh.
He's concussed. He has a concussion.
Damn.
Slaps him in his head, and they're like, you can't hit him. He could die. La 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 la. And she's like, I don't give a flying.
Yeah.
No, it was brutal.
Ooh.
Actually, and the only thing I remember is the nurse in there was like, I worked at a daycare, and
Right.
her kid was at my, like in my little classroom
Oh,
area,
yeah.
and she's like, don't mess with this guy. He's a good guy. He made a mistake. Yeah,
Really?
dude. She helped me out a lot.
Wow.
I know her last name. I'm not going to say it, but she saved me.
So you never got a Dewey?
Nothing. I got a
Mm.
careless driving, and they tried to sue me. The people's lawn I went into, I hit one of the reflectors,
Yeah.
damaging her property.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to sue me.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to squeak out a little bit of change
Jesus,
these
I was
days.
21. I'm 42 now, so it was a while ago. But still, come on,
Yeah.
guys,
Let it go, dude.
ladies and gentlemen, don't sue.
Did you go back and stick a reflector in the lawn?
I did,
Yeah.
and I
Bastard.
saw like I had to get all my shit like out of the yard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I had there was Yingling.
It's gonna be so embarrassing.
My parents,
were you embarrassed doing that?
I was awful. Mace, it was literally one of the most demeaning things I've done in a while. There was Yingling in my parents did a whole care package, man.
Yeah.
There was a whole surprise party waiting at my college.
Wow.
And I never made it.
Never made it.
Never made it there, and I picked up Yingling and cake and.
Was your dad pissed?
No. Actually, my mom was upset. My dad was. He was just glad I'm alive and I didn't kill my buddy.
Yep.
Like he's like, you guys are really dumb. Wear your seatbelts.
That's probably what I would have. That would have been my response.
To this day, like I got pulled over twice. It was this time, and I went to a John Mayer concert with a bunch of buddies, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And yeah, dude, Counting Crows, John Mayer, best concert ever.
Counting Crows, sick.
Oh, so good, so good. That's the only song I know.
Really?
Yeah, from the Counting Crows. And John Mayer was pretty good, but I mean, we got pulled over. The same thing, man. Everybody wear your seatbelt. It's dumb. That's an awful ticket to get.
Sure is.
And that's one I regret.
I don't drive around anything without my seatbelt.
Oh,
I'm a very safe driver.
My kids are the same way. So
Good.
My oldest,
Good.
she buckles up. My youngest, she pretends.
Yeah.
I'm buckled. And then I'll reach back there and I'm tugging on it. I'm like, you're not buckled.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're very safe. The car seat you gave me was like fucking insane to hook into my truck.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Ever since then, ever since that accident, like I said, I'll have like a little PTSD when it comes to like the snow.
Right.
If I go past Harker's,
yeah,
I get flashbacks galore, bro.
Really?
Oh my God, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Like I go, but I smell it.
Well,
I
that's
can
a pretty
literally,
big accident.
I can smell the scene.
Yeesh.
I can hear it, like how calm it was. It was like one of those scary movies where you're like, you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
Like you are gonna, something bad is gonna happen to you.
I hope that doesn't happen.
I mean, yeah, it could.
Do you ever look at birthday cakes and they're like,
if it's square, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Window.
If it's square with blue and white icing,
yeah,
I might freak on you.
I know what cake I'm getting for my
never
birthday,
do it, man.
Oh yeah,
don't put a football on it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put a crashed car on it.
Oh, good. Buckle up. Happy birthday, Jeff. Buckle up.
January 19th. Get ready.
Oh my God. Happy 43rd birthday, bro.
Yep. Got some smash matchboxes for you.
Oh my God. No thanks. No thanks.
I'll pour, what did you say? Kombucha?
Kombucha.
Kombucha?
You
That's
know what
you
kombucha is?
I don't drink that shit.
It's like a prebiotic or probiotic or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like gut health, man.
Oh, it's not alcohol?
I mean, it's fermented something. Like I'll drink it at work.
What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something else. Isn't there an alcohol that sounds like that?
Like kombucha?
Yeah.
Probably. There's an alcohol for everything.
Kombucha.
Right now,
kombucha.
Right now I'm drinking a stateside vodka, orange flavored.
Yep.
Mace, what are you drinking?
Just a tea light. Like
Goddamn
always.
right.
Yep. I don't change.
Mace will drink a twisted tea every podcast.
Two, maybe.
Two,
Depending on
maybe.
how long.
Two, maybe. But he paces himself for family members that are listening.
Sure do.
He paces himself. He has lots of gummies.
Unless I'm in my garage.
And can't.
Then I do not pace myself.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Last podcast on the draft, I'm yawning.
The last podcast was the draft. I had to edit out at least 35 minutes of this guy yawning as loud as he could. It was hurting me.
It was a long draft. They need to cut that.
No, that was
time down.
awful.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That at 4.5 hours. The best part of the whole podcast last time was the fact you were like, we're going to be done by 11.
Yeah. 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 We made it to Giants pick by 11. And then it was like, oh, wow, there's 7 more picks.
Well, since you brought it up, we'll give this 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Right.
Got it? Ready?
Real quick.
Boop. What do you think? What do you think
I
the whole...
reverse my statements. That
Good
cornerback
man.
pick, Banks, excellent.
Good man.
Went and got a possible lifelong center.
Good man.
Got a wide receiver that could have went in the first round.
Yes.
Jalen Hyatt's amazing.
I told you that.
Amazing.
Did I not say
you
that?
mentioned him. I know. So I retract my statement.
Give a grade. Great draft.
For the Giants?
Yeah, yeah.
A minus.
A minus. You heard it first.
A minus,
Nice.
baby. Now what about you? Quick.
For who?
Jets. You're
No.
still not happy.
No, I'm not happy, man.
Still not happy.
No. Belichick, I've seen so many memes. He just wanted to scrub the Jets,
Well,
giving that pick to the Steelers.
yeah.
I'm jaded over it. I'm also weirded out by the fact that Randall Cobb was signed this week.
Who cares? All these people are
What
like, oh yeah, Randall Cobb powerhouse.
What the heck,
Like, dude, he's like
man?
fucking 45.
What? Jordy Nelson next?
Yeah, bring
Jordy-
him back.
Who-
Bring him back from the grave.
What are we doing here, Jets?
Whatever.
What are we doing here?
Whatever.
Well, that's episode 9. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys.
I will catch you next time on Opinions On.
All right.
Later.
Thanks for listening to Opinions On with Maze and Junior. Hit that subscribe so you don't miss out.